Hello. Are we
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Okay. If I video call, can I disable my? If I disable my camera, does it keep yours on? Yes, it does. Perfect. Okay. So now I can activate my normal one. Boom. Boom. Whoop! Wrong one. Alright, okay. We do this. We do... Where is this at? We'll do this one. Mid. Okay. We'll pop this one up. And now you have all the screen. I can't hear you at all. I don't know what happened. Oh, wait. Okay, I gotta fix it. Hold on. Voice. This goes to this one. Okay, talk to me. Can you hear me?
Hello?
There we go.
There we go.
Here, let me fix this as well. So then you get this one.
Yes. Oh, that sounds good.
Okay. Because this one will sound better, so I don't hear like the echoes and stuff. Okay.
You can play some smooth jazz right now.
Yo, if you want some mood music,
dude,
you let me know.
Wait, what do we? Well, we're not live yet, right? Are you still?
Oh no, we're definitely still live.
We're live. You've been
I'm doing this hella. I'm doing this
did
hella
this
live. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't
So
have the technology to do this not live and set this up.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, well, give
Fuck
me
it,
1 second. Let me
Oh,
let me grab
I wish.
something real quick.
Well, that's
Let me grab something right
that's not the title I want to put up. Okay. Yeah, do your thing.
I'll be right back.
We're still good. So we'll play some tunes. All right, there we go. I
Doing
put
this live?
at someone. Sorry, at kid.
So, we're back. The podcast is back.
I gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
And there's a big reason why, and I'll explain why. I'll
Wait, I wanna
explain
be
why
part of
very
it.
soon.
Can I be part of it? Are you gonna be on a schedule? I could definitely commit to some.
Ooh,
I don't know if you.
I'm about scheduling. I gotta schedule. I gotta commit better. This is like a huge, big topics of discussion going on. We got a lot of things to talk about. And I just need, like, it's just weird. I don't know. It's weird for me to be like, I gotta find people to talk to.
You. Oh, because it's on Discord.
Yeah.
Fresh
So I'm gonna put you on the Discord call, but I have me on stream. So if you need to, you can mute it on stream. Just so then I have the green screen. I have it set up. It's easy for me to set it up this way, as opposed to me splitting all the cameras up on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Because basically I split Discord video chat this way.
Oh.
So like I have your input onto there. So.
Oh, am I reverse? You have me mirrored. Did you do that on purpose?
No, that's how you show up. So put up your left hand. Yeah, that's how it is on both my screens. So that's how it is.
Huh. Okay. That doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, now that the logistics are out, so are you gonna start a regular podcast?
I do want to do it at least minimum one a week. At least one a week.
Let's do it.
One a week.
Can I be
Where,
part of it?
if you want to be,
Co-host?
I could definitely use a co-host, just almost accountability. So if you're
Yes.
about it, I could definitely do it because
Something.
I definitely need something like that. Because this is something I want to do, but the one thing that's holding me back is like reaching out to people or like finding a topic of a discussion and then finding the person to be like do I find a topic of discussion first and then find a person to grab, or do I find a person to grab that's available at this time and then figure out here's something interesting that we all can talk about, or worst case, if you don't know how to talk about it, that could be even more interesting because you have almost little to no knowledge of this topic, and that could be like a fresh perspective. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
That's
I think that's the weird thing for me is just reaching out to people, because I know people would be down to do this sort of thing and just like have like an in-depth talk, but it's just breaking that barrier of like quit being awkward and like we're friends. Like the worst thing that's gonna be awkward is just us talking, but like we're friends, so like it's only gonna get so weird, and we can make it really weird, and we'd still be okay. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because we're like pretty reasonable human beings.
Yeah.
But but that's awesome. I would love to be part of the co-host and help figure out. I feel like these things we can like figure out a process for, and I can help with that. We can make something great. So this is the start.
And I feel like a podcast is something simple and reasonable to do, where you just long format talk about whatever. And
yeah, dude, let's talk about it some other time, like offline. I feel like it'll be different when we'll like let's meet again before whatever.
I mean, we could. I mean, technically speaking, we could do it now. I think it'd be an interesting talk, and that also gives us time to just shoot this out there for people to know that we're podcasting now instead of me just playing games, because I'm actually gonna put that out there.
Okay, I'm okay with that. So then let's start with one thing.
Because I figure it's better to just talk about it now than be like, oh, let's put off for later and we'll talk about it later. Let's just get it done. Get it done
on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's pretty meta, but I'm good with it. Wait, can you put my name? You have Mark on yours. Can you put Matt on mine?
Wait, what do you mean?
On your stream.
I did.
Oh, it is.
I put featuring. I put catching up with my brother to bring back the podcast. Okay. Podcast number 7 featuring Kid Reynolds. Unless you want your full name. I figure most times I would just put the
No, like on the overlay.
You want the full name? You want the full name?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I just want Kid Reynolds and then Matt on the.
Okay, yeah.
I'm cool with Matt. I'm cool with Matt.
I know.
It's part of my brand.
I'll put a dash.
Also, the title on mine is Pack. But I might need to refresh. Maybe you refreshed it. Or maybe.
What'd you say? It says. This really says
Catching
Pack?
up with my brother to bring Pack the podcast.
Spelling has never been my strong suit.
It's okay.
There you go. That's why I have a co-host.
Now we're live.
That's why I have a co-host. Done deal.
Yeah, dude. This is yes. I got the
Maybe.
job.
So
I got the job.
would it be easier for me to just do a Discord chat so then like it's almost like we're facing each other? I mean, I could do
you
that.
Want me to face the webcam?
I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't think
okay.
it matters too much.
Okay.
It's just, I guess, for ease of conversation. Like, does it make it easier? Like, because you can't see me, you see the greatest pirate of all the seas, Ping Pang.
Oh, no, I see you. I put your picture over the stream. I put the stream picture.
Oh,
over
okay.
Pirate Ping Pang. Otherwise, I can't take you seriously.
I mean, don't underestimate Ping Pang, okay? To shoot it back, to prove how important and how great Ping Pang is, we are doing the last bit of the Shores of Gold. If anyone's been following Sea of Thieves, Shores of Gold is like it was like a huge expansion. They had like mission quests and like a huge quest line where you would like solve puzzles and shit. And me and Mike were doing it. He's like, this quest line, it took me and Devron like 4 hours to do. It fucking takes forever because we couldn't solve the puzzles. And Mike was like, we even used the guide and it took us forever. So like there was like a couple puzzles that just solved on the fly where I was like, all right, do you know how to do this one? Can you read the book? Like, because they give you the book. Like, it's like a quest line. Like, they give you, like, the books, and they give you clues on, like, how to solve the puzzles. And, like, Mike was, like, reading the book. I was reading the book. I was like, I don't know how to do this. And Mike looked it up. He was like, okay, here's what you need to do. And, like, he was like, you need to match, like, these symbols with, like, one of these. It didn't make any fucking sense. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it, or else I'm going to die. And it fucking solved. I just guessed shit, and I solved it. It's like, he was like, you got it? I was like, I'm Ping Pang, dude. Greatest pirate. All of the Sea of Thieves.
You just fucking caught all of the viewers up on Sea of Thieves meta just now.
Yeah. And now, if you want to play Sea of Thieves, we can play. I haven't played in a long time.
Wait, so what? Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so I'm pulling us back. I'm gonna keep us focused a little bit, Mark.
Okay.
Podcast. Rules of the podcast. First off, what's like the schedule like?
Oh, hold on. Shit, I forgot. Wait. Give me 1 second.
And then do we talk to chat? I feel like I see blinking
At some point
arrows out there. Give me a call out. I just want to say what's up.
You,
But I figured if we're in a conversation, we should focus on that. And then like, someone from the chat asked. Blah, blah, blah.
you're more than welcome. As a co-host, you have the power to be like, oh, you know, so and so brought up this question. This seems like something interesting to bring to the conversation. If it doesn't relate to it, you don't have to say anything. As a co-host as well, like either me or you, like you can just talk in chat, be like, hey, you know, like what's up? Acknowledge the conversation in chat. But if it's something worth talking about, I think it's good to. You could be like, oh, by the way, so and so brought this up, or like even just like write down, keep note of it, and like that's what I'll do. And like I guess I also got the idea of it from Cutie Pie and Beyond the Rift. Like at the end, just having like a Q&A, like where it's just like, oh, you know, if you have questions like you'd like to ask us, or like you have something pertaining to the topic, or you maybe someone jumped in a chat that knows one of us and wants to ask us like a question because they know us.
Yeah.
You know, ask like a question directed towards us.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds
so
good.
that brings kind of the involvement. Like we can still talk about our topic first because that's the main objective of like the podcast, and then we can shoot a chat like, hey, you know, do you guys have questions? You guys, I know we've talked about this a long time. You guys have been listening. Like, what is your input? Like, what do you guys want to talk about?
I got you. Okay. So what about like schedule?
I know for me, I can do Monday. Monday's probably the best night for me. I know, because Tuesday night I have work, so I won't get home till maybe 11ish. I don't know if that's going to be better for your time, but I get home at 11. Wednesday, Thursday, I have night class. Thursday, work again. And then Friday's Friday's Friday.
Let's do Mondays.
So I think Monday's probably going to be the best day. I think it's like a cool way to like start the week.
Yeah.
I think in most cases like.
What about time?
Time frame. What's good for you? Because I'm free Monday. Like Tuesday I don't have class, so I can stay up late Monday night.
Okay.
So if you want
So
to co-host,
Monday
what works
later
for
at
you?
night is better for me. Me and Dragonmon have been working on another project, and we do that from 6:30 to usually 7:30. So anytime after that,
Your time, my time.
your time, your time. So I don't know, what time do you usually stream? Could you do like 8 or 9 your time?
Do you do
Stream
Rocket
for
League
like
stuff?
an hour,
Do you have
two
Rocket League
hours?
stuff scheduled for Monday?
No, our Rocket League schedule is our flexible schedule. We
Okay.
decide that every week.
Okay. Okay.
After every time we play, our one thing we have to talk about is when's the next time we're gonna play. That's our only rule.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done 7:30 here. Um,
No, 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 no. Sorry, I
7:30
messed it
your
up. I'm
time.
done 7:30 your time. Nope, I'm being stupid. Sorry. 7:30 is when I start. I'm busy from 7:30 to 8:30.
Okay.
So
Um,
9 o'clock is good. Could you do
okay.
9 o'clock?
I could. So what I'll do is I'll start my stream up at like 8 and just like be online. I'll play games just to do
Nice,
stuff, and then
nice.
basically same format as like Beyond the Rift. Where it's like, oh, if like I'm mid game or you're busy doing something else, I'll jump into a short game, or I can even just set up and just like chill. Like like whoever's ready, we can just chill and just be ready and just go live whenever both of us are good to go. But that would be the ideal time of 9 my time.
9? Yeah, let's do 9 your time to like 11 is usually my best. How
Yeah,
about that?
yeah. 9
Oh, yeah.
9 to 11 my time.
Yes. 2 hours.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And then give or take depending on where conversation goes.
Yeah. Okay. And then I have one thing. So we should also meet offline to talk about stream and like plan things. So do you have
Podcast
another day in
wise?
your schedule? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything podcast.
How are you on Sunday?
Ooh, I
Like a
like
Sunday night?
Sundays.
Sunday night to really like prep and just like kind of have it fresh in mind, and then Monday like even like early we can kind of like be like, oh, I thought of this beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
I figure
Hands-on cooking.
Sunday's kind of like a free day too.
Yeah, yeah. Could you do Sunday in the daytime? So like Sunday at like 3 o'clock,
Afternoonish, just cause
like 3 to
church.
5.
My time, your time.
Yeah, your time. Or you think 4
Maybe
o'clock?
depending. It depends on what time I get home. Like it depends on like if we go to church and then if we go to lunch, if we go grocery shopping, like stuff like that. So I I could say 3. Worst case I can text you and just be like, hey, I'm probably won't get home till I can give you like an ETA.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Hmm. Do you have
unless
any other
that's
do you have any other weekday?
um. I mean, I could do late. I could do late. Like I said, like Tuesday, Thursdays I work, so I won't get home till like 10:45 my time.
What about Wednesdays?
Wednesday I have class, so Wednesday class doesn't get out till I think it's 8:30.
And wait, what time do you get off work on Thursdays?
Same time. Well, I'll be home by like 11 or 10:45, 11ish. Depending on if I actually have work or.
Okay. So let's do Wednesdays. Can we do Wednesdays? That's my preference.
Let me double check my schedule. Let me look it up just to make sure, because I think it's like 8:30 is when I get out of class. I get out at 8, so I'll be home by.
8.
I should be
So
good by 9.
so let's say 9:30.
Well, that was given a cushion. Like it shouldn't take me like more than
No,
it
no,
shouldn't
that's
take me
better
more
for
than
me.
45. Okay, yeah.
So
9:30
8:30
Wednesday.
p.m. for me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 9:30 to uh what, like 10:30?
You can set a deadline Thursday. I just have afternoon class, so it's not a big deal. Like I can be up
Nice.
whenever.
All right. All right. We'll do like Wednesdays at 8:30 at least. We'll start, and then those we can always change those
Yeah, that'll be like a
later.
tentative.
Yeah.
If we can't do it, then we
Nice.
reschedule. Or if things are good, like ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. The other podcast question I would have then is like, do we have some sort of central theme? Could be anything. Could be that we're
For
brothers. Could be
for
that.
now, what I would want it to do is kind of like introduce people and like almost like get friends like into it. It's kind of like my thought of it was just almost an excuse to catch up with people. Like just have interesting conversations, just like trying to catch up and keep up with people, and like being like, hey, how are you doing? Give me an excuse to talk to you and
Nice.
like
Let's do that.
catch up and like talk to interested people and like eventually just reach out farther into that friend pool of like
Keeping up with friends.
yeah.
Keeping up with friends.
Because I
know,
feel like it's been such
that's
it's such a
actually good.
struggle to like even just keep up with like close friends. Like
It is.
I can get into detail about it later, or even soon if we need to. But like just like trying to keep up with people, it's I don't know if it's just me. I feel like it's a weird struggle. It's more of a struggle than I feel like it should be.
Yeah. It is.
With
it is.
how
That's why I
easily
think it's a
accessible
good
people
theme.
are, and it'd be cool just to be like even if it's like super awkward, like
So
get
like-
over it. We're friends. Like
So it's like two
we should be
things.
friends and just like reach out and be like, like what's going on with your life? What's interesting
Yeah.
to you?
Nice.
But mostly, if I have to admit, mostly it's because I need to learn how to have conversations with human beings.
yeah, you do.
My conversational skills are, how the kids say, weak AF.
Oh my gosh. Dude, have you ever read any books on like social skills?
Hold on, you can take that back. Have I read any books?
Oh
No.
my gosh. Oh
No,
my gosh.
I've been watching videos on like they're like these videos on like charisma, like random like charisma videos, and like just talking about like having like conversations and like different like things to do. So it's almost like putting that into practice, because I realized that after this date. I mean, I've kind of like slowly realized it, and it's just become more prominent after this date. That's kind of like that's a big topic of discussion, and we'll
Alright.
get into that.
So your personal takeaway from this, one of your hopes is to get better at conversations. This is good.
Yes, because one thing I've learned is that I enjoy talking. I'm a shitty listener. So having a podcast where I can talk allows me to just facilitate that.
No, you should say it this way. Having a podcast where you can listen can help you facilitate that. That's what you're supposed to be
Sure,
doing.
that one.
Oh my. See, you're not even you see, you don't even have listen at the top of your mind. That should be the top of your mind.
No, I zoned that out because I didn't say it, so I don't care.
This guy's hopeless. It's gonna be like 1,000 episodes. We're gonna be fucking hitting ourselves in the wall.
Okay, wait. So I guess before we get too super
Oh,
deep with
is
this,
good.
people in chat, how are the audio levels? I want to double check. How's my audio compared to Kid Reynolds? Because I know my Discord volume may be lower than usual. I know I usually have mine up like a lot higher, more prominent, obviously, because it's my stream. But for podcast wise, I need to make sure that we're all kind of equal level. So if anyone in chat, if you guys can let me know like how my volume is versus Kid Reynolds.
Nice. That's
Because I'm not, because I think I can hear you well, but I definitely know that I have my
yeah.
desktop
wait,
volume
wait.
lowered. So
Yeah. Wait, hold on 1 second.
yeah, I haven't
Actually-
adjusted any volume yet. So
I'm trying to listen. No, wait. It's hard. You're echoing because I'm trying to listen to the stream, and I can't tell which one is you and which one's the stream right now. But now I got it. We're good. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know if any of the viewers, if Blinking Airwaves is there.
I guess we'll see. We'll see if we start seeing just like
Yeah.
messages of volume, then it'll be okay.
Again,
But
it's
it was just
We're
kind of in my head.
here- We're here for each other. For the people that are on the call, it's like we're here for the podcast. That's why we're trying to catch up with friends. Oh, that's such
Yeah.
a good theme. Because I feel like you're right. Like now in this day and age, it actually is hard to like stay in contact with your friends.
Yeah,
Weirdly enough, it's like
yeah, yeah.
easier to talk to anyone ever.
It like I feel like I say this a lot. It's like my stance on like social media, where it's just like at this day and age, like it's so easy to keep in contact with people, but it's also
Yeah.
so hard. Like it's so easy to reach out to people, but it's so hard to really have that connection. Like you know what I mean? Like I could easily DM you on Facebook, Twitter, Insta, Discord, in game. Like there's so many outlets for me to just like message you, be like, hey,
Mm.
you know, blah blah blah. How's your day going? Just casual talk. But then it also feels it's weird.
Everyone feels like they're bothering each other, is what I
Yeah,
think it
like
is.
it's weird because it's so accessible. But like if I stumbled across you, like it's basically like stumbling across you online, stumbling across you like online on Steam. It's like me walking into you know the student union, seeing you there, being like, hey, what's up? You know, like that's kind of like the IRL friendless lobby
Yeah,
shit. Like
yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like it shouldn't
yeah, yeah.
be weird, but it is like you said. Like it's almost like oh, I don't want to be bothered. It's probably bothersome to be
Ooh.
like oh let me talk to you on Facebook. It's like who the fuck messages me on Facebook? Just fucking text me. But even then, it's like oh do I even text? But I guess for me because like my service is so spotty. I'm like I don't want to have a texting conversation because sometimes I don't know. This
Now that's excuses. You know that's excuse. It's like texting versus Facebook message. They're the same thing now.
I would rather Facebook message than text, but then I know
Yeah.
some people get pissed if it's just like no, just fucking text me.
Well, because everyone treats everything the same way, and it's like I mean I think it's just the reason the way analyze it now is that like it's so easy to get information that even our friends just become like an information. Like it's like looking up something on
Like
a
a
website.
source.
Yeah, yeah. And then like I don't know. It makes it really hard to stay focused on one thing at a time because of it.
Mm-hmm.
As simple as like so how often do you
Okay,
like
that makes
just
sense.
sit there and like just type a text and like that's the only thing you're focused on?
Oh God, yeah, that's like never.
Like every time I'm doing it, I'm walking or I'm like in the bathroom,
Doing
I'm
something
cooking,
else.
I'm
There's
like
something else like on
multitasking.
my mind. Yeah, yeah.
But I never like I've started to try to do it now where I literally just sit there, pause, and like respond to the text. Like I try to think of it like it's a letter and I'm
True.
writing it each time. Because otherwise I saw myself like every time someone texted me I'd be like, "Yeah, LOL," or LMAO or "That's so funny."
God, I should have been recording this.
But wait, what? You're not I thought you were streaming.
I'm streaming it, but I like to have the personal recording in case like something goes wrong with the broadcast. But
Oh,
I can always grab the VOD. I like to have like my personal like usually I would start up. So I guess I should. That's one thing I need to do. I need to have some sort of text somewhere that says this is the
but
podcast
it's
number.
interesting, right? Even now you can catch yourself like doing it. Like how often do you keep your attention focused on one thing at a time? Even like the person you're talking to? Or do you find yourself like multitasking all the time? Literally right
Yeah.
now you were just doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it depends. There are peculiar times where I definitely like hardcore focus on one thing at a time, but it definitely it it almost feels like a waste to not be able to multitask. It almost seems like we've grown
But then
accustomed so much to just multitasking that it's like you almost like find an excuse to be preoccupied or
yeah,
like be busy with something else to just like juggle more things, you know?
yeah. So that's why I think it's so fascinating though. Is like when you actually just stay focused on one thing, you do it so much better. Like when you like literally focus on just a conversation with somebody, you actually learn so much more. I don't know. The way I've been starting to see things too is like I see focus as a like a resource almost for us. It's like people. Like the more time you spend focused on one idea or one thought, it like naturally will grow and become better and better. So like even with my texting thing, I feel like now every time I text someone, I'm having a conversation. It's not just a status update. So that's how I see it. What was like your most recent in-depth text conversation with a friend?
I don't know. I would have to look. I would have to look back up because I would have wanted to have an in-depth conversation with you about when you texted me about the date stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
it
hoping
feels.
you would.
I would have rather talked to you about it, but then
should've said
I was
that.
also like, I don't know like how to make the call. Like I don't know how to make the reach.
You asked
Like you know what I
that.
mean? But
You
this
literally
is
said
what
it.
I wanted to do with this podcast is just be more comfortable with reaching out to
Yes,
people.
I'm glad. I'm so glad. I was like, I texted you about it, and I was like, man, I hope he actually texts me what's going on. And you like gave me nothing, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ask one more probing question.
I knew you were
You
kind of
gave me
fishing.
nothing.
I knew you were kind of fishing, and I was giving like bitch ass answers. Is basic bitch answers,
Yeah.
and I was like,
So
I was like,
the
I
way
kind of want.
interpreted it-
I was like, I kind of want to talk about it, but I'm also like, this isn't. I was like, this isn't the format I would want to talk about it.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
See, yeah, no, that makes so much sense. But I didn't know that, right? If
Because I didn't
knew
make that clear. I didn't make that
Exactly.
clear. So that's my own
Exactly.
fault. That's
That's
a
like
flaw in
what was
my
driving-
own
So
communication.
the way I interpreted it was, oh, he doesn't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then when you messaged me, you want to go on a podcast. I was like, he did want to talk about it.
Of course I do.
Talk.
Are you shitting me?
I know that's why. But the thing is like you have to tell me. You have
Yeah, that's the weird.
got
That's so I can get into a very deep topic because it happened. It hit me today. Where it's like people don't know what's up if you don't make it known.
Yeah.
To be specific, I guess the easiest way to do it. To be specific is like people. I got into my head where it's just like asking friends for help, or just like emotional support and shit like that. Where it's like nobody's gonna know that you need help if you don't ask for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've gotten into this age where like everything's fine and dandy. Everyone wants to put the facade that I'm living the perfect life. Things are in order. Things are great, fantastic, awesome. I'm not hating on that. You should celebrate the things that are great. Everyone should celebrate the things that are great. That's kind of why they're great. You want to celebrate. You want to brag about it. You want to tell people like, man, shit's fucking good, and it's that good that I want to tell everybody. I want everybody to know how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you're down and when you're in the dumps, like it's so hard to make that known because of all the flood of positivity. Like even like there are times where like I'm on Facebook and I'm like I don't want to hear about like this negative stuff, and it's just you know, and
Yeah.
like it almost creates like a stigma of like, dang, like I don't want to be. I don't want to be that Debbie Downer.
Yeah. And so for me, the thing is that like the reality of those situations is people just love to talk about their emotions. It just becomes easier to share it if you're happy and harder to share when you're sad. But what everyone wants is the same thing. It's to talk about it. The thing is there's like a stigma of people being afraid to ask how are things when bad things are happening.
When they're bad.
But in reality, the opposite party really wants that. At least that's how I am. I know I'm that way.
Oh yeah, I've definitely felt that where it's just like I've gotten used to the point where like I'll ask like, oh, how's it going? They'll give me the usual response. Oh yeah, you know, things are good, things are okay. Like if you're honest, things are kind of okay. And a part of me wants to be like, don't fucking shit me. I'm asking you like, how is life going? Like really, be honest. Like even if it's good. Like give me more. Give me Give me the details. Is it really good? Like, because I don't know. I'll get into it when we get into real topics of discussion. So I'll save it. I'll save it.
This is like exactly the things that like. I mean, I feel like what we're doing is we're talking about the problem, and then our hope for the solution is exactly this podcast, right? Like to give us that medium, so that we can actually talk to people and ask them how they're doing, good, bad, whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, people just want to be heard.
So should I?
And now we give them that.
Dang, I don't know. I don't wanna start with this. I don't want to start with this because this shit got real deep.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, let's talk about it.
We're gonna start. Okay.
How'd it go?
Okay.
Wait, I'm kind of thinking you should play some music though, if you can. A little background music. Now we're getting into the meat, you know.
Oh, you want some jazz? Oh, not this. This is.
What if you did this? Whoever like we're talking to, whoever's gonna be like in the spotlight of sorts. You know what I mean? Because like whenever we're doing this, someone will be in the spotlight ish. Whoever that is could pick the song or like the music genre.
Oh, the genre. Okay.
Because then it also gives you an idea of how they're feeling. Someone that's sad, they might not talk about their sad stuff, but if they pick a sad like.
Oh, don't even. Oh,
then you start to wonder, what? No, like. Eventually, you get to the question. Wait, you picked the fray, but all you've been talking about is how great work is. Like, what else is happening then? And then, boom, you're in.
And then the song comes. It's like, oh.
Yeah. So I think that'd be a cool idea.
Oh no, let's skip this one. I know this is my jazz playlist, but that was not the song I would have wanted to start out with. Keep it chill.
See, this is exactly the thing. You're like, oh, but then it'd be cool because like if you give them full control of the radio station, you give like it becomes their environment. And then again, what makes it really great is you want them to be as comfortable as possible.
Right.
And then like having their music in the back. Me personally, if I have music I love in the background, it instantly like makes my mood comfortable.
True.
Like if you're in the social outing and like someone plays a song and it's hype and you love that song, like instantly it's easy to make a friend because you're like, dude, this song's awesome, and they're like,
yeah.
Awesome.
You just get like that energy. The energy just kind of like vibes.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, are you playing your? I can't hear your music is the one thing that does suck because I'm on Discord.
Oh, that's true.
But
well, I could do this. So if I connect my Spotify to my account.
Ooh.
Will it let you listen along?
We could do something like that.
Let's go ahead and try to figure that out, so then everyone can kind of be in the same thing.
At least, and you know what's interesting is we could be listening to different playlists or something, or different songs on the same playlist, which is kind of interesting.
Here,
okay. I'm gonna look your name up.
Here, let me go and connect my Spotify to my Discord. Worst case, people can follow these playlists. They're pretty good. But this is my jazz playlist. If we're gonna go like almost purely instrumental.
This is.
If I had to pick, I'd pick my covers acoustic. And there's one song that I've been jamming out to. No. This is the smoothest jazz. Smoothest jazz.
Wait, I thought you said if you could pick, we're going to comforting acoustics.
Oh, comforting acoustics is like my go-to like. These are like my love song covers that I love, because they're love songs. You know me.
Remember, this is you. You're the spotlight person today.
Oh.
What radio station do you really want to listen to?
Dang, that's too tough. Cause that's like a double-edged sword. It's like I want to listen to this playlist, but man, this playlist can get way too real at times. Sometimes it's like, all right, that's cool, I can listen to it. Other times it's like, oh, that's cool.
Isn't that what we want to do though?
Is that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, if you want to be real, I feel like that's the best
Dang. Okay, we're getting super real. Okay.
Keeping in touch with friends isn't saying, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And then you're like, "Nothing much."
All right. We'll start with this one. This one.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it, man. Be real, be exposed. This has been my jam so long, for the longest time. I don't. Can you see it off of my Discord status or no? Like when I'm playing.
Party?
Well, this one right now, but I'll play the next one.
Is it in order?
This one's kind of shuffled, but I'm playing this one now. This is a cover.
Oh, I love this song.
Oh my god, like just the words itself, it's just tips for life, like holy hell.
Yes. Amen, brother. I love this song. This is a good song.
And this cover is so fucking good.
Boom. This is like inspiration, dude. Nice.
You gotta be.
All right.
Step one.
So tell me your story. What's going on with you?
So.
How was the date?
Hold on. Let me start it. Let me start from. Well, I mean, I guess I can go to the date. I could do either one. I can do either one. I would like to talk about both because it was.
Ooh. Okay.
It was strong talking points where I was like, I need to write this down. So, with the book I've been reading, one of the things it was saying is like when you get in like a bad like down mood, like you need to write down like the thoughts that you're having. Write down the thoughts that you're having, like just bullet point, boom, 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 all the thoughts that you're having. Write it down so it's there on paper.
Yeah.
Because if you keep it in your mind, you're gonna convince yourself like this, and it's gonna flee before you can deal with that one thought at a time, right?
Yeah.
Like another thought's gonna come in before you can really deal with that. Like you're gonna go through bullet, and before you know it, you're gonna forget the strength of bullet one, because you're flooded with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I started writing stuff down. I was like, let me just get it down as soon as I can.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And like it was just rough. Like it's like been having like bad mornings where I'm just like not motivated. I'm barely motivated to go to the gym. The only reason I'm going is just out of habit. And it's also been like working out with BJ and Anton has been a good driving force because I hate working out with them because when I work out with both of them, they're both stronger than me in almost everything. And like I feel bad trying to keep up with them. Like there are times where like I'm able to keep up with Anton and like we kind of work off each other, like where it's just like he'll get mad if I'm able to keep up with him. He's like, no, this shouldn't happen. So it'll drive him. So like for that it works well. With BJ, when I work out with BJ, he'll stay at my weight, and I'm like, yo, you can go up if you want. Like don't stay at my weight just because I'm doing my weight. Like make sure you're pushing yourself to like get stronger. Don't just stay at my weight because you don't want to like re-rack weights or do whatever. Because for me, that's a motivating force. When it's just like when I'm doing like, let's just say like I'm lifting like one plate for whatever, and like BJ wants to add another plate. Like it feels so bad to have to take off the plate and do less, just so that I can do that same workout. Like it's a hassle. It's a hassle. It's a pain in the ass to fucking take the plate off and be like, yo, I'm just gonna do this one because I can only do this one. Like it mentally, it's like, no, I don't want to fucking do this. Let me get to the 2 plates so I don't have to take the plates off.
Boom. That's your drive.
But BJ doesn't do that. He's like, no. If you're only gonna do 1 plate, I'll just do the 1 plate. But then I'll do like, you only do 10, I'll do like 30 reps. It's like,
so like,
are you fucking shitting me?
So what are you doing to get ahead of him? Because it sounds like what's gonna end up happening is you'll never catch up. Because like
I never will because I don't know where his top is. He's too above. He's Goku and I'm Vegeta.
Yeah.
Where I'm like I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. I'm the strongest Saiyan, and then Goku gets Ultra Instinct, and I'm like, oh, I can do that too, and I just get the shit beat out of me.
Yeah. It's like a step behind him the whole time.
Yeah, because I never see.
But
when he's versus me, I never see his full strength.
This is like all in good fun-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you actually want to lift more than that?
It's all in good fun, but it's also like just like a drive and like a goal to be like, I could do this. He could do this. I think I could do this. Let me push myself to get there. Let me get close to it. Let me try to get to those 2 plates so then I don't have to deal with this hassle of having to take the plates off and make the workout like easier for everybody. Like it's almost like just keeping up with your workout partner. Like me keeping up with Anton, it's fucking hard as fuck, and I fucking hate it. And there are times where like he'll be like, "Quit being a pussy, just fucking do it." I'm like, "No, I can't. You literally saw me fail this." He's like, "Quit being a bitch, just do it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, fuck it, I'll do it." And I do it, and then he's like, "See, you could do it." I'm like, "Well, fuck you, man. You don't fucking know me."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's like you literally see the style of coaching between Anton and BJ.
Yeah, it's very different. It's completely contrasting coaching styles. But like for me, they both work. Where it's just like I'm like, BJ, you can go up if you want to. Like I'm like, I feel bad, and he's like, no. Like there are times I get it where it's like, oh, I prefer like the slow controlled and like really focusing on like the mind muscle connection and stuff like that. But like there are times where I'm like, this is a strength building workout. Like push yourself to like really struggle on like getting those rep numbers. Like the rep numbers is just a goal. Like you should be struggling hard to get the 12, 10, 8, 6. Like it shouldn't be like, oh, I can do 12, cool. Oh, I can do more than 12, let me go 15.
So sorry to interrupt. Was like the gym and us talking about weights what you wanted to talk about originally? What were the two things you wanted to talk about?
No, so
one was
it was a lack of motivation. Like so like the gym, my gym drive has been waning lately, where like it's the only reason I feel like the only reason I've been able to go to the gym so much is just because it's been out of habit.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like if I hadn't built like this mentality of just going to the gym so often, like I would easily convince myself not to go. But like I'm starting to notice where like it used to be easy for me to be like, oh, I should go to the gym today. Where it's just like, dang, like it's almost like so routine. It's like brushing your teeth, like at the end of the night. It's just like, oh, this feels weird. I should go to the gym. Like that's what going to the gym was. But now lately it's been like, no, I don't even want to go to the gym anymore. Like where like I'm in like such a bad mindset where it's just like I don't want to do. I'm in like a do nothing attitude, and it's just.
So that's the two things.
Like I'm breaking that
Dating
constant.
It's like, so those are the two things: dating and like the attitude, the mindset that like rut mindset.
It's not that. Like I guess it's almost like. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up because it was just tough. Like I feel like it shouldn't be. If I'm being honest with myself, I feel like it shouldn't have been hard for me to bring myself to the gym. Going to the gym is probably like it sounds weird when I think about it, but it's probably the one thing I pride myself in. Is just going to the gym, working hard, like working out.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I don't feel like doing that anymore, it's like, what do I have left? Like, you know what I mean? Like when it's just like that when that's the one thing I had pride in doing, and I don't want to do that anymore. Where like I used to go to a gym because I had the goals. I wanted to do this. I wanted to get fit. But now like it was cool that it was ingrained. It was habit, like a habitual, and like I still enjoyed going to the gym. But now that like the goals are kind of they're there, but it's also like I guess the big thing that happened was like I realized is that my mental drive isn't there at the gym sometimes. Like lately, like even like when I'm working out with Anton, like he'll be like, quit being a bitch, lift the weight. You've done this last week, do it. And I'll lift it. I'll try lifting like it happened like where like we talked about it after the workout. He was like, what happened today? And like sometimes like I get it. The mindset that you have going in the gym is like a huge thing. Like it's weirdly huge as opposed to just like your physical state of being. Your mindset can be like a huge difference whether you reach a new PR or whether you don't even reach like the numbers you had like the previous week. And like I realized like dang, like my mindset is just in such a shit place that like I can't get my old numbers, and it's like it should be easy, where it's just like I've done plenty more than what I'm doing now, and I'm struggling now. Where I'm like, it's not just muscle fatigue, it's definitely like a mental mindset where it's just no, I like even today, like
you just don't want to go anymore.
I don't know, like it's
So I guess to me the question is like, sorry, like pulling us back is like, what's like the heart of this?
my mental mindset has been completely shitty. That like I'm starting to see my mindset affect like things in my life.
The things that you actually like.
Yeah.
That makes
like where like I used to be able to, like it used to be like, you know, I'll have like these negative thoughts, but I can brush them off and I can do something else. You know, I can click it off by doing something else. I can focus a lot harder on something else. Like best example, going to the gym. Like when you go to the gym, you kind of get like that primal mindset of just being like, I'm here to lift the weights. Like you get the blood pumping, you get everything flowing, and you just kind of flood out all the negative thoughts, and you're just, the only thought is just lifting the weights. You're just that one single thought, and your mind's kind of clear of everything else. But lately it's been like the negativity is still floating there.
The negativity is like winning.
Yeah.
That's so rough.
And it's just like when it's like, this is the one thing that I was like, it is like the gym was kind of like my safe haven, you know, like where I could go to like clear my mind and be like, yo, like once I start, the hardest part is just getting started, but once I get started, boom, we're good to go.
Once you're there, it's easy, but it's getting there that's hard.
Yeah. And like today, like I had to, it was just like I've been like trying to listen like more like just like motivational like videos and stuff, and just like speeches and like talks about like just being more positive energy about stuff in the morning, because like lately I've been waking up and just fucking real down shit, just real negative stuff, and I'm like, let me counteract it. Let me listen to something positive. Let me get some positive energy flowing. Just overflow the negative thoughts with some positivity, and just get that to get me out of bed. Let me get started. Help me get started, and just get me out there. And like when I got to the gym today, it was just like I had to. It took me like half an hour to just write down all the thoughts, just get it out of my mind, and go to the gym. Like this has never happened where I had to stop. Like usually I can be like, I'm parked, pull up my Google Drive, pull out like the numbers I need to do, look at the numbers, and be like, all right, that's probably the only convincing I need to do is be like, look at the numbers, be like, fucking shit, this is what I need to lift. I'm gotta lift a little bit heavier, get in there and go. But like today it was just like.
So I get the feeling. Sorry, you've like spent like 5 minutes describing it.
Yeah.
You're very good at describing the feeling. So like, well, what's like your action plan right now? So like, I love the idea of watching motivational videos, but for me, the way I see those is like, they're like cheat codes almost. I feel like it's like not a sustainable way to fix that issue.
That's the thing. I don't know.
How's the writing thing going?
I've done it a few times. I've only done it a few times where it's like it's gotten really into my head where I'm like, all right, I need to just write this down.
How long have you been doing it for? When was like your first entry you did?
First one was like 2 weeks ago. Since it was, if today it was like the end of July. Like I do like a check-in kind of thing, like be like, you know, how am I doing and what's on my mind. So I'll do that. So like good or bad, like I'll write down like what's prominent, like what's prominent enough to write about. If it's good, write it down. If it's bad, write that down. Like whatever is on my mind at that point in time.
So, do you have the balls to read it?
Ooh. The one today or the one
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. The first one. The very first one.
I think I can. I think it's good just to get it out. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up. Cause I put on my. Oh, wrong one. Put on my Google Keep.
Nice.
Actually, click Blogger.
It's a good move to make it all digital.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
You know,
I was like, I could do a video, but
too?
I'm like, let me just do it on like text format, so then like, it's not jumbled up. I feel like I can talk and mumble on, but I feel like just like writing it down is easier, more concise, and I can be like, oh, this is just rambling on. Let me take this bit out. And
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, right? Because like for me, the way what I do now, I like love writing. I write so much.
uh-huh.
But I write two different ways. In the mornings, I write by hand, and at night, I write on my phone.
Uh-huh.
So my recent analysis, what I'm like really looking at now, is like looking at my two different styles between my phone and actual writing. And I realized like I learned how to be more concise and like get right to what I want to talk about when I write with my hand. And it's literally because I think it's like not only because that's what I'm used to actually writing with, like meaningful things with, but it's also like you get tired otherwise.
Yeah.
You like literally
You get tired, or you
writing.
you have to go back and erase. You have to like physically
Yeah.
like cross things out or like rewrite stuff, and then it just gets messy, and then you're like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. Like the sheer word count per sentence is much higher on my phone than it is in my written like notebook. It's
I
pretty
could
cool.
definitely see that. It's interesting.
But yeah, what's did you pull it up?
Yeah, here I can. No, these are hard to share, because
Oof.
from what I know, like I have to, or no, like if I could like share it to you digitally, like I have to.
Oh, you
I
can
think
just
I have.
read it.
I would have to like share it to a Google Doc, or I have
You could just
convert
read
to
it.
Google Doc and then do it that way. But okay, so this was at the end of July. I'll go through this line by line. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see how this goes.
This is hard, but this is like this. So you know what's beautiful to me about this is like this is you actually talking about what's going on, literally in your mind, and like you're sharing it with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. It's so hard to have that courage.
But
I don't remember.
I feel like I weirdly enjoy that. Like I hate how open I am about like how I am or how I'm feeling, and that
You're not.
I it's weird when I talk about it with other people, and I'm like I want to know, like I want to like be like, oh, like I've shared this, and like I feel bad for talking so much, and like, do you want to share something? And it's almost like,
But you can't ask like that.
no, like that's not like how it is, but it's like I'm like I don't know.
So it goes.
It
to me,
feels
goes back to, like,
it
the
feels weird,
conversation.
like where like I'm just opening up, and then it's almost like I feel bad for like opening up, and I want to be like, do you like, would you like to share?
So the
I
thing
don't
is, it goes back. To, truth be told, Mark, if I have to be like, can I be honest, like 100% honest?
Yeah.
Like I think it goes back to literal conversational skills. Like
Okay. Yeah.
really, you should watch this podcast. Literally watch this, and then like look at the amount of time you spend talking versus me, and then also look at the number of questions you ask. And then it'll be really interesting.
No, I
feel like
definitely,
it's gonna like shine a light on you and might like shatter your mind.
I definitely thought about that. Like, I brought that up in my date, where it's just like I was just like, sorry, I mean, I don't know. Like, I just don't ask. I don't ask a lot of questions. Like, I get to, like, I don't know.
But it's like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's because people want to just feel interested.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
But anyways,
Okay.
we're
Yeah,
going back.
we're going to a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like a short burst. I want to get back to like the entry.
Okay.
Like, what was going on with you?
Okay, so this was the end of July. So, reading, feeling good, and feeling better. The name of the book is Feeling Good. The book that I bought. It's weird how direct the self-help book feels and how on point it feels just reading about the symptoms of depression. Don't know how I feel about the management of it yet, but understanding it is a small step in the right direction. Still hung up, but not hungover. Parentheses.
Nice.
As much anymore, like legit zero. Still have nights where I feel like I need a drink, but not having things to drink kind of helps. Gotta shake off the old feels, but honestly, not sure how I'm supposed to. Can't help but have them come back every now and then. Thinking about my life and what I'm doing. Am I really living life? How do other people get by day? Not doing much and being content with life. Maybe it's because I still hold on to that millennial attitude where I want to be someone special and make a difference in the world. Coming to accept the fact that most people won't, and I'm probably one. But then what's the next step? Where's the right direction to step in towards happiness/meaning? One day we'll be able to Google Map directions to happiness. Not enough focus on school. Getting by and doing surprisingly well, but since I'm still dealing with the heartbreak, my education is the last thing on my mind. Getting closer and closer to getting internships and doing real work, so maybe that'll change things when it comes. Until then, I'm too focused on moving on and moving forward. Trying to be more thankful for things in my life. Recently, I've been super thankful for the friends I have in my life. They're the best, and if you don't believe me, I'll fight you to defend their greatness. I can't thank them enough for helping me through thick and thin, because lately I've been in a real thick spot, but formally thanking them feels super awkward. I just hope one day I can repay the favors they've done for me.
Boom.
End note.
That's a good way to end it. It's awesome that you end it with gratitude.
Yeah.
Was that on your own accord, or like how instructive was the book in like the entry?
That entry was just kind of like writing what was on my mind. For specifically awesome. the methodology of like dealing with depression was just like, when you have negative thoughts, write down the negative thoughts, write down the cognitive disorder that it follows, and then write the logical reasoning. So like, I feel shitty, I'm a terrible person, I'm never gonna amount to anything. Mm-hmm. So step by step, it's like, oh, I'm a shitty person. What makes you a shitty person? Oh, you maybe you mess up this part, maybe you mess up this part, maybe you don't do this. But those small flaws don't make you a shitty person. You're still a decent person. You're not murdering, killing people, you're not raping people. Like you're a quality decent human being. Just because you made those mistakes doesn't make you a shitty human being. And just like kind of convincing yourself that you may give yourself like that super negative, but you're not. It's not that bad just because you made those small mistakes.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll never amount to anything. Well, maybe you just haven't found your purpose. Maybe you just haven't found like your passion. Like what are you doing to find out what you're passionate about, to find like your meaning, your happiness. Like that's why I put in my note, like one video I saw was like, maybe you don't need to find like what makes you happy, because there are millions of things in the world that can make you happy, but like, why don't you find like meaning? Why don't you derive meaning with your life instead of finding happiness? Like, what could you do to give yourself like a reason to keep living and do something to work towards? Yeah.
Small, big. I feel like everyone thinks mission is too big, or they think mission's too big. Like, just make something small, and then really strive for that small goal.
Yeah, and just like
purpose.
Exactly. So
that's cool.
Like just like thinking along those lines, where it's just like maybe. Lost my point of thought there. This is why it talked.
It's interesting.
But
yeah, it's really cool though, because it's so true. Like every time, for me, there's infinite ways to look at the same idea or the same moment or the same mindset, and for some reason, like when you can break it down logically, you start to realize like, whoa, I'm like
how
really
illogical it is.
This thing. Like, wow, this is way too like, dang, there's a whole nother perspective that I just didn't see. Yeah,
that's exactly like why the book recommended like write it down, because is basically like I said before, like when it's in your mind will race through all the negative thoughts. It'll just keep flooding in, like it's just gonna pile up before you can really deal with that one statement. Like, I'm a shitty person. I'm never gonna amount to anything. Like, whatever.
Really,
like when you write it down and think about it, each bit logically, step by step, you can easily convince yourself, this is so stupid. Like, I'm not a garbage person. Like, I could be a lot worse of a person. And then at that point, maybe you're kind of shitty. But like, there are a lot of redeeming qualities about me that make me not a shitty person. There's maybe I just haven't found like my passion, my meaning to life, and that's not bad. I have my entire life to figure out what, you know, my purpose, my meaning in life is supposed to be. So if I don't know it, that's fine. But what am I gonna do to find that?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. It's awesome though. I mean, I like the way I think of writing is like you're literally getting your thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper. It's literally something. To me, it almost like literally purifies it. It takes it out of your mind. And then to me, what's like super sick. I've been writing for like 3 years now, and like the other day, I was like looking through my old journal, and I like stumbled upon a page. To me, the best part about writing isn't the moment and that, it's being able to look back at it and say, holy crap, I conquered that. I like completely forgot that was a problem I faced.
Mm-hmm.
And now like everything else I face is completely different. And like I've already gone past this thing. But like in those moments when you're writing, it feels so hard to get over.
Yeah.
And then you never really keep track of those wins. Like the small wins where you like got rid of a negative thought, or you like justified something, or you did something good, because it's like hard to measure. I like love writing because it enables you to measure it.
Mm-hmm. It's like keeping track of like your status and where you were at some point, and be able to look back and be like, oh, this is where I'm at now. Like, have I made progress? Am I at the same point? Have I degraded? Like, just to like, just see that checkpoint of like where you were, what you were feeling, and like even just reading that note, like I can definitely like see, that was definitely the thought of my mind, like where am I at now compared to this, like reading it now, and like that was like the whole point of like keeping it, because I used to think that like having thoughts in your mind, like I feel like things make so much sense, but like when I'm expressing it, whether it's like talking to somebody or writing it down, it's just all jumbled. I'm like, none of this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like, let me write it down. Let me make sense of let me try to make sense of all this nonsense.
Nice.
And like, let me just keep it so then I can see where I was. And that's why like I kind of kept this. Like I used to think of like, let me write down like my negative thoughts and just toss it out. Give it physical form. Let me get it out of me and throw it away and literally like burn it. Like almost literally get rid of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's also good to kind of like hold on to. I not like drag around like baggage, but like hold on to like almost like a checking point and be like, oh, this is where I was at this point in time. Like I can go back and be like, oh, you know, let me think about like the things before this that led up to this moment. I could recollect that and get into the mindset and be like, now where am I? And like, have I, like we said, like, you know, where are you at now?
So, like, this is a podcast, right? So I want to spin it one way too.
Okay.
Like, well, if, for example, imagine I'm like a newbie. I never wrote before.
Uh-huh.
And after reading your book, like, what would you suggest is like 3 things to write about for somebody to like help them, you know, start getting their thoughts on paper? And like, what kind of thoughts would you put? All that. Like, if you had to like just write 3 tips, what would it be?
I think the first thing would be to figure out what is your most comfortable way or most easily accessible way to record it. For me, it was just on my phone, writing on a Google Keep. That was convenient for me. Like you could just videotape yourself and just talk, literally like talk to yourself if that's comfortable for you, because your phone's right there and you'd rather just talk it, spill it all out, jumble around. That's fine. Like just find a way that's convenient to you. Like for you, it was writing. Like from my understanding, it was literally getting pen and paper, writing it down. For me, like I'm used to like keeping notes on like my phone. Like that's what I do at the gym all the time. That's what I've done for so long. It was just easiest for me to be like, let me just get Google Keep and just write it down. Figure out what's outlet is.
What's your outlet?
Yeah, what outlet's gonna be the easiest for you to get it out there. Get it out there and most accessible, where you don't have to be like, oh dang it, I don't have a pen and paper with me in the car. Like I could pull over and just like talk about this, but I don't have pen and paper, so I can't write this down. Like that shouldn't be an excuse. Like if it's kind of like that, like you should have bring a pen and paper with you. Like bring along with your wallet. Think about like wallet, keys, phone, notebook, pen. Done deal. Bring it with you all the time. Whatever's the most convenient for you. So find out your outlet to write it down in. Second is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to write things down and erase it. If you want to cross it, like I think the best thing is don't erase it. Cross it out if you need to. Write everything down, make it a mess, make it a jumble, like just write. Literally just write as much as you can. If you need to, strike it out later. I think the best thing is don't erase it, because that's still a thought in your mind. I think it's still important to see like what was going on in your mind, even if it's a mess.
Yeah.
Like I think that's important to see. So if you can, like don't be hesitant to write. If you have to delete stuff, that's fine. You do you. It's your thought. It's your creative process. You know, be comfortable with it. And don't make it weird for yourself. Don't feel like you got to be rigid and stuff. Like just, I think the important thing is just write down as much as you can, whatever's on your mind. Just almost like a dream. Like when you have a good dream, you kind of want to remember it, and then you feel bad when like you wake up and you're like, fuck, I don't remember like all the details of it, but I want to tell somebody, and you're like, oh dang, it's all gone now. Like just imagine it like that, where just write down all the details you can in that moment, because honestly, before you know it, you may forget it, and those small details may be a game changer. That may make the whole difference in like the mood of like your story.
Yeah.
So finding your outlet, just writing as
Don't
much
be
as you
afraid to
can.
write things down.
Ooh,
Number 3.
third. Dang, I only got top 2.
That's fine. So then here's what I would
I
say
think
then.
this one's.
Like, I guess for you so far, so you're 2 weeks in. Like, what do you feel like it's helped you out? Can you like describe like how it's helped you so far?
Hold on. Before we do this, let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
All right. If you want to talk about how your writing has helped you, feel free.
Yeah. What
Feel
I'll
free.
do, I'll use this time to start to plug our sponsors.
Oh yeah. We'll do a quick commercial break.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Mark? Hey, Matt. What dating apps are you using nowadays? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's what I imagine would sound like if we were sponsored by anybody. So, this could be your spot. If you're looking for an ad, trying to get on the next big thing or the next big podcast, hit up Pirate Lolo. That's his Twitch. You can also email me at matthew.gorian@gmail.com for any inquiries for business. You should jump on it. This is going to be a hot spot. But anyways, we'll be streaming, podcasting. If anyone that's missed it and catching up now, our new schedule for the podcast will be from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. And that's all about keeping up with friends. Oh, you're back. Nice.
I probably should have refilled my water while I had this break, but it's fine.
It's okay. Truth be told, so I gotta drop in like 12 minutes.
Okay.
So let's finish up this train of thought. So like, what are the benefits? What have they been for? Like, could you describe them so far? And like, I know you're still super early in it, but like, you seem like you're still doing it, so it must be helping somehow.
I think it does help. It helps, like, there are times, like, where, even the book definitely describes it, where it's, like, you just get a flood of, like, negative, like, thoughts, and it's just, like, overwhelming. And when you write it down, and you just get it out there, like, it's almost like, it literally is getting the weight off your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to think about it anymore. And you don't have to think about it anymore because you've literally put it out somewhere else. And you can go back to read on it and you can remember those feelings and stuff. But like it's a weird, like, almost like instantaneous, like, relief of just getting it out of your head and like not thinking about it, because your mind can wander so quickly and just like sink so quick into like just like a negative mindset and like attitude. So I think for me so far, like, that's kind of like been like the immediate benefit, where it's just like I no longer like stew on it. Like I can write it down and I can deal with it. I can deal with it when I'm ready to deal with it. Like it's no longer like debilitating.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, like, where it's just like I just have all the weight on me and I'm like I'm only gonna think about this now.
Nice.
Like if I'm not ready to deal with it, like I can deal with it later. If I'm ready to deal with it, like I can write it down and I can make logical sense of what was on my mind because I wrote down on paper. It's not just like mumbled jumbled words for the most part. Like, yes, it may be like sentence fragments, it may be like small bits of this, but like there are each like kind of like individual sentence or phrase, like it makes sense, and I can take each bit one at a time, or like whenever I'm ready. Like I don't know if you have a better way to phrase it.
No,
like
I think you've hit it. So basically, like, the three things you'd recommend, two things I suppose, is figure out what your outlet is for writing first. Second thing is, like, just don't be afraid to write anything down. And like what's really helpful at the end of the day is it like helps you actually tackle your thoughts one by one, split them up, and actually like spend time understanding them, I guess. That's what it sounds like. That was my like trying to summarize. So I gotta go in like 9 minutes. I figured like.
So you want me to go through this date in 9 minutes?
No. I think we should save it for the next. Like that'll be the topic on Monday.
Shit, I'm gonna have to write this shit down. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So what we'll do is let's talk on Wednesday, me and you, offline.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about like the podcast itself, the idea, what we can get better at, how we keep growing this thing, logistics, all that. Like thinking of it as like, this could be the thing you're describing in your notebook. This could be like your impact. And maybe this is just like a small idea and it's just episode 7 of something. But I don't know. Who knows how many lives you could actually touch with the podcast if you grow it out the right way.
Yeah, that's kind of like I've been telling people, like, that's kind of like what I want to do with this like Twitch channel. It's just like I enjoy talking to people, but it's also like, man, like God, this song. This song like kind of like, oh shit. It's kind of hit me where it's just like, man, just like having an outlet, or just knowing that there's like an outlet to just like be like, man, this shit sucks and I don't know where to toss it.
Yeah.
Like physically, I like to pride myself on strength and like going to the gym and stuff like that. And I know emotionally, like I'm weak as fuck, but like if someone tells me that they need help with something, like I will definitely be there. Like I'll do like whatever the hell I can to help you out. Like I will share that burden. Like I can easily brush off my burden to help you like share yours. Probably not the best way I could have said it, but like it's just like creating an outlet for somebody who may need it.
Yeah.
Because you never know like what's going on in someone's mind, or like if somebody needs just somebody to just lend an ear, lend a shoulder to like lean on, like stuff like
I
that.
almost think like it's like you're almost overcomplicating it too much right now. Sorry, like you described it really well, but at the end of the day, to me, what I view it, what I think is a really awesome idea is it's just a way for us to keep up with friends.
Yeah.
Like in a really wholesome way,
The super basic
whatever
is
that
just.
might be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they need someone to lean on, or whether they're like, and they
Oh.
just want to talk about it with us.
Oh, you cut out there. Can you repeat that one more time?
Oh, I said like whether they're, need someone to lean on because they're going through some hard things, or if they're like want to celebrate something awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like either way, this like I love the idea that this is our way to stay connected with people in like this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
For sure, for sure.
So oh, you know what I've been listening to a podcast and I thought they did something pretty cool. They like end every podcast with a challenge. It's a self-help podcast, right?
Okay.
And I feel like at its core, this is kind of something. This is something similar. Like at the end of the day, we're trying to help others. We're helping ourselves. We're doing all of that. So like, they like come up with a challenge. I feel like that's like something to worth thinking about. I would like. Basically, what I'm saying is, I think our challenge for this week should be something like, have a good conversation with someone over text.
Or
Oh,
it could be something like just pick a day and just write down what's on your mind.
ooh, that's a good one.
Something, either one. I think both of them are good.
No, you're right. Let's do that.
But I think
one.
either one.
No,
Because
no,
I
no,
think
no,
that
let's
one's
do that.
easier to do because you don't have to
No,
just
yeah,
get in your
and you
comfort
don't
zone.
have to
Just
think about writing.
yeah.
So we'll build on that. I like that. And then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
It just becomes something worth talking about in the podcast. So it's like the things we can talk about next podcast is your date. Oof,
Oh.
that's gonna be a good one.
But I got too much stuff. I got my
Ooh.
check-in for today, and my date, which probably affected my check-in for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Before I get
and
too
then
in-depth
one thing
with it.
I want you to, I'm gonna challenge you for this one. Not this one, but going into the next one. I want you to think of questions to ask me eventually. And
Fuck.
treat it almost like an interview. Because like I feel like that's also a really cool skill, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like what you're really trying to do with each person is interview them
Mm-hmm.
to understand them better. So I feel like that'll be interesting.
Okay.
Also, it'll get you thinking about questions.
Fuck. Yeah.
So you
I
need
need
to do
to.
that.
I need to.
But yeah.
Okay.
So like, what's my last
Do we
question?
do what's a game plan for next week?
No,
No, we'll do
talk
that.
about
We'll do it later.
on
We'll do it
Wednesday.
later. Okay. Yeah. Think
So
to
like,
it.
what's something you're really looking like? If you could describe this podcast, like the dream version of this, what would it look like to you?
Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is just like watching Joe Rogan's podcast and just like bringing interesting people on the podcast and just hearing like interesting stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have to be like super professionals in their field. They don't have to be like doctors, researchers. They don't have to be like, super famous people. Like even just like him bringing like his friends, or like just comedians like I don't even know, and just hearing them talk and like banter back and forth. It's just listening to interesting conversations. But it's also because he's an interesting person to listen to. Like that's just kind of like how he is. He like it's I don't know, for me it's weird how good he is at conversation regardless of who he's talking to. Like even if he doesn't really understand like the subject matter, like he'll kind of do like he's not like completely like blank faces like, oh, I don't know what the fuck is going on. There are times where he'll say that, but like he has like a genuine interest in like learning as much as like a listener would to like listening to like Neil deGrasse Tyson, listening to like Elon Musk, listening to like doctors, researchers about like whatever their like profession or whatever their field of study is, or just hanging out and just reconnecting with like his comedian friends and like whatever they want to like talk about, and then like they have like a short plug for like their special or whatever's going on.
Yeah, I feel like that's.
But I think just
one of
like
the
creating a
beautiful-
place where it just be like Just listen, like where it almost be like just like listening to interesting conversations. We're just like
Yeah.
almost just like day to day like. Maybe it's kind of boring for some people, but I think just like listening to like just a random like any day conversation that like, oh, this could be something interesting to listen to, like whether you have like topic of discussion or like something you want to talk about, something I want to talk about, something a guest wants to talk about, or we could base it off that, and you could just listen in and just be like, oh, this could be interesting, or just stuff like that.
Yeah. So, what I think is really sick about Joe Rogan is, like, every person he interviews, they all seem equivalently fascinating to him, which is interesting to me, right? For some reason, in my mind, if I like interviewed Elon Musk, I would find it so much more fascinating, and I'd be so intrigued by him in comparison to like a comedian I've never heard of. I know it's like his friend, but you know what I mean. I feel like both of them, he like does a good job of showing interest in them.
Well, I know
And I feel
he.
like that really makes the conversations. What's up?
I know he mentioned it where like he basically was like the reason why it's like that is because he grabs people he feels like are interesting, or people he knows can like even like it's close friends, like he knows like these people will have like interesting topics to talk about, and we can talk about like this stuff, or like just like people he finds interesting. He gets, now that he has the influence that he can basically like grab like anybody at this point, but like he from what he was saying, he tries to grab people that he finds interesting, because that's what, like, if he's not interested in it, then it's gonna be hard for him to make it interesting for me or you. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, no, I get that. But the thing that I think is also interesting is, at the end of the day, I actually think every single person is interesting. They just don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah, and he's very good at enabling, like, just making it seem so. I don't know. For me, I feel like he makes it seem like things are so much more interesting than like if you were just to like have like a normal conversation with them.
Yeah. So like what do you think about? I feel like part of it is a give and take relationship. Like, because he makes them feel interesting, they also present themselves more interestingly. It like kind of goes both ways. Like, I feel like there's a very interesting dynamic there, and like you just have to know how to extract it from the person to like pull out the best versions of them.
But that's why I feel like it's weird. Like when if I can divulge, like having like a topic of discussion, it's easy to like pick someone's brain and like kind of like if picking on like Neil deGrasse Tyson's brain. If you talk about like astrophysics and like that's like his field of study, like you can he can go off on like whatever it is. But if you had to ask him about something that like he had no clue about, then he kind of fumbles around. I feel like it's easier when you kind of know like their background.
To ask.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
But that's what kind of
that-
makes it tough. Like when like
Yeah.
if I had to bring it back to like me going on a date, like meeting this person for the first time, it's like, how do you, with your limited information,
Yeah.
what is the right way to figure out like what's the right questions to like? It's a shot in the dark.
So
You hit or miss, but
Here's what I'm thinking. Going into next meeting, I'll have my set of questions that I want to know about you, that both. And basically, the thing, what's cool is I'm just gonna ask the questions that actually interest me, and then by nature, it will be interesting.
yeah,
That's so.
that makes
fascinating.
sense.
So, but then what that means is the next podcast we do, you're gonna have to do that for me,
Fuck.
because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to be able to do.
I gotta-
Because the way I see it is, we have to get really good at doing it with each other, and then when we bring someone else, like let's say we bring BJ again, then we're like, we know the questions that will make him seem interesting, not only to us but also to everyone else that's watching.
Yeah.
So we're like sparring against each other in terms of conversation.
Who can ask the better questions and make it more interesting?
Yeah. You win by making the other person look as interesting
Yeah,
as
yeah.
possible. That's actually kind of interesting. Cool. That's awesome though. I love that.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I gotta go. But
Okay.
dude, this is super exciting. I'm like really hyped to actually start this podcast with you.
Yeah.
Like
I
really try to like have this thing fucking lift off. That'll be
not gonna lie, like literally after my date, I'm like, fuck, man. I don't know how to fucking talk to people. I need to learn how, and I think the easiest way is like just podcasts and force myself to talk to people.
Dude,
Whether it's an
your
awkward
outlet.
conversation and like or awkward situation, awkward environment, like that's probably the best time to practice it. Because when you're on a date with somebody, it's gonna get, whether the environment is familiar, like things are gonna feel awkward at some point. Just getting used to that feeling and knowing how to navigate through it.
The other thing that I want to work on, sorry, next meeting is like I'm gonna try to ask all the questions within the time frame too.
Making concise.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like that's
I'm
also
terrible.
something,
I'm
like-
terrible at that. I ramble on about stuff. I think if you can corral me and just like interrupt me and to stop me
that's-
when I say a point,
Yeah.
because I think I'm cool with that. Like I feel like I can talk about stuff a lot, and I feel like if people don't stop me, like I feel like okay, I guess I just keep going at this point.
You. hmm So that's
If that
what's
makes
also
sense.
interesting. You do that, and that's what I think is a really hard thing about conversations, is no one likes to interrupt anyone,
Mm-hmm.
but because of your style, it's like you kind of talk like you want to be interrupted,
I do.
but then no one
Wants to
I
interrupt
know-
because it's just like
and no
oh
one- no one wants to get interrupted usually, because they like the spotlight on them. So it's also interesting. So
yeah, because I'm definitely like I definitely don't like the awkward silences. So like I'll keep talking, and like I definitely see it like where I definitely see it like your body language. You're like, all right, you're going around in fucking circles. Get to your like, what's your
Okay.
point now? And I see it like where, but it's like there are times where like I don't. It's almost like I don't know where to stop because I don't want it to have like that abrupt stop where it's like, oh, he's done. Okay.
you have to put a bow on it. You got to conclude it.
No, I don't think before I speak.
No, that's good.
Like I just
It's
kind of
good
like
to not think
I kind of
too
just
much.
go.
Yeah.
I go with it, but then like I'll get to it. I'll get to it next podcast. I'll save it for
Yeah.
next podcast.
Just know that, like, if I call you out and corral you, it's because I'm trying to help.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna be like, whoa. This is.
Yeah. That's what I think is amazing about the potential here is like we can
Oh,
actually
yeah.
help each
Whoa.
other grow.
This is my podcast, okay? you can stop right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too funny. All right, man. I gotta go.
Okay.
Are you gonna? Can you think of some closing thing to like conclude this podcast?
Man, I don't know.
I'll give you. I'm gonna put you on a timer. I'm gonna put up a timer. I'm gonna say. Wait.
God, dude, I'm terrible at
This
exits.
is you. Formulate your thoughts now while I pull up my timer. Okay. I'm gonna give you a minute to give
Hold
us
on,
a
hold
closing.
on.
A minute 30.
Just like a closing statement.
This is your closing.
Like this is
monologue.
like this is how we exit all podcasts, or this is how we just exit this specific one.
No, yeah, just exit this one.
Okay.
If you can conclude it in a minute 30.
Oh.
Or less.
Wait. Like would I? Oh, this is weird. Because now I'm like, do I surmise like the things that we talked about?
Don't think too much about it. Ready?
Because honestly, I'm not ready. I wasn't sure if you were actually gonna wait. That was my waiting for you to interrupt.
That's good. Well, you know, it's hard to find pockets of silence. Because sometimes what you do is you like talk and it sounds like you're done with an idea, and then you come back up, and then like I'm like, wait, I was trying to interrupt you there, and then you keep going, and I'm like, wait, no, we already. I'm trying to move on. All right, we're hitting the conclusion now.
All right. So podcast, we're bringing it back. Important key points for this podcast. We're bringing it back Monday nights. That's 9 p.m. my time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be there. We'll try to start at 9 p.m. sharp. If not, I'm gonna be streaming up earlier to make sure that you guys have time to log in and check us out. Key points. Try your best. Write stuff down. Write down your thoughts. Don't keep it jumbled in your mind. Just get it out there. Positive, celebrate it. Negative, get it out there. You don't have to share it. Keep it to yourself. Like, that's what I do with my notes. So I think everyone, give it a shot. Don't knock it till you try it, because who knows, man. It could probably help you out. It could help you appreciate the small things in life. It'd help you just sort through the bad things that are going on. So I think that should be the goal. And we'll see you next week. If you want to share your thoughts, you can tweet either at PirateLolo514 or at Kid Reynolds. Is that correct? At Kid Reynolds? Is that your Twitter? At Kid Reynolds. Hit us, either one of us up. And if we see some juicy stuff that's worth celebrating, we'll celebrate it for you. And if there's stuff you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. We'll leave it anonymous. That's up to you guys. But with that, we're going to end it there. Take care. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Is today Monday? I wasn't sure. I was like...
It's Monday.
Okay, yeah. We'll see you next week.
That was good. All right. I clipped it. I wanted to clip a conclusion for us, too. Okay. So the way I'm seeing it, too, right? I feel like it's a really good practice for the podcast. Sorry. I know you're probably still on. But this is like talking about
it's fine.
outside. Imagining we end.
We're doing it raw. We're doing live.
So the way I'm seeing it, right, is like now we have like what are like if we ever made a highlight reel of the podcast, these are the points. This is basically the highlight reel.
Okay.
What you concluded with, and it's cool. It like lets you to like really summarize all the thoughts you thought about.
I wasn't sure. Like, do I go through like a summation of things and like the things we talk about, or do I just like have like? I felt like the big thing after you mentioned it was like the call to action. It's like try to do this and like let us know like did you find something good with this, like if you want to share it. If not, like you don't have to, but at least try it. In worst case, we'll see you next week and we'll find something new to do. But I don't know.
That's awesome. I'm loving it.
Okay.
All right.
We'll work on it. We're working on it. We'll get better. Once we get to the hundreds, man, shit's gonna be good.
It'll be sick.
We're almost at the double digits. We'll see.
I'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could just talk on Discord and stuff.
I had to think because I don't have classes for me. Don't start up for like 2 weeks. So, you may need to remind me.
I'll text you.
You may need to remind me.
I'll text you Wednesday in
2
the
weeks.
daytime.
Okay.
All right, dude. I'm heading out.
All right, man. See you, man. Good talking to you.
That was fun.
We'll catch up for sure.
I can't wait.
Yo, it's gonna be juicy. That's all I gotta say.
Amen.
All right. I gotta hide this. All right. Oh, this is the what? So when am I gonna rewatch this? Never. Oh, I still have my break text on. Gotta do the hard stuff and watch myself. God, this is gonna be worse. This is gonna be worse than watching my stand-up, because at least watching my stand-up, I'm trying to be funny. Oof, call me out. I probably will. When I catch myself not doing anything, I'll watch through it. Hopefully, I don't know if Twitch lets me watch it in like faster speed, but stream myself watching my podcast. Do like a doc stream watching himself. I could do that. But man, yeah, I think it'd be good. They're like, I don't know. I feel like I should say this for my next podcast. I'm gonna just write this down. Let me. Oof, this is old. I don't know a good place to write this. Let me write it down on my Google Keep. Gotta hide my secret notes. Can I hide this? Oof, I can't. What's next week? Can someone tell me? 7 days, so that's the 20th. 19. Podcast notes. Date. Details. For sure. Unfortunately, I can't hide this, so I'm gonna keep this to myself. I'll explain as I'm typing. Actually, I may be able to do this. Got it. I'm a genius. Cause now you can't see the important stuff. Date details. Learning to ask questions. Learning when to stop talking. Does that definitely happens, like where like I can talk a lot. I can fucking talk a lot. I can talk a lot about things that like I'm passionate about, and I won't stop. And I don't know. Like I hate having like that awkward like stopping feeling. This sucks. I want to talk about this now, but I should save it for the next podcast. No, I think it'll be fine. I'm highly doubtful that I'll forget this, but I'll write a bullet point for it. Oh god, I can't tap. Can I do? Oh jeez. Okay, I'll just number it. I don't have like a dot thing. I just do one of these. I can do a degree because I remember how to do this. There we go. That's a huge one because I definitely get in my head about how to leave an impact. Can I space this out? Here. Let me concise this. Learning how to hold conversations. Learn how to ask questions. Learn when to stop talking. Because I go on too much. Okay. That's true. Yeah, I'll highlight the podcast time, and I'll save it. I'll save it so that I have it in my log. I need to upload this. I have all of them like stopped and stuff. Is that what we're gonna do? Oh, let me stop the music because this is gonna echo. 9 p.m. my time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be there. We'll try to start at 9 p.m. sharp. If not, I'm gonna be streaming up earlier to make sure that you guys have time to log in and check us out. Key points. Try your best. Write stuff down. Write down your thoughts. Don't keep it jumbled in your mind. Just get it out there. Positive, celebrate it. Negative, get it out there. You don't have to share it. Keep it to yourself. Like that's what I do with my notes. So I think everyone give it a shot. don't knock it till you try it, because who knows, man? It could probably help you out. It could help you appreciate the small things in life.
Dang,
It'd
man.
help you just sort through the bad things that are going on.
This
So,
guy knows.
I think that should be the goal, and we'll see you next week. If you want to share your thoughts, you can tweet either at PirateLolo514 or at Kid Reynolds. Is that correct? At Kid Reynolds? Is that your Twitter? At Kid Reynolds. Hit us either 9 p.m.
Oh, okay. Okay. My volume seems kind of loud. I guess it's like because I have my mic like right up to me. I could turn this up a bit. I could also turn up my music a bit because you can't even like hear it. Because even if it's loud on my end, like I have it lowered. Yours is a bit low, but technically, even if you clipped it, that's technically the output. See, now we have like people floating in, so we ended the podcast like way too early. You gonna do 1 minute conclusions? Okay, yeah, we'll be more concise with it. I'll try to be more concise with it because you put me on the spot. I wasn't sure exactly how to go about doing it. Oh, okay, hold on. That's also that's also a note to take for next podcast. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get better. We'll get better as the podcasts carry on. I guess I'm not too sure like where to keep my mic. Like I tend to feel like I should keep it closer, but we'll see. But I feel like I compensate like if the mic is like closer and I talk louder. I don't know. Check in on writing thoughts. Today was the 12th technically, right? Google keep 8/12/19 thoughts. Cause this is kind of a lot. Cause this is in itself could be one podcast, and this in itself, debatable. This could be its own thing as well. So we'll see how it goes. I saw the viewers spike and then it spiked down, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that would be it. Yeah, I could do that later this week, AlmostAwesomePros, and just go through and watch this and see how I'm talking and like am I interesting to listen to when I ramble on? Like where's the point where it's just like boom, stop. And just keeping note of like where I go on too much. We'll figure it out. That's kind of like that's my kind of takeaway. Is just learning how to be more interesting of a person to talk to. Oh man, I gotta. That's a detail. Am I interesting, or am I thinking too much about how to be interesting that it seems like I'm not interested in you? Ooh, that's deep. I feel like I can't. I'm divulging too much into these things. Because that's I can't. I gotta save it. This juicy stuff I can talk about. Which is why I need all the time. I need all the time in the world to talk about these things.